Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Washington Tech Connect. My name is Charlie, and in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about student financing and funding options, which I know tend to be a pretty big stressor for everyone looking to attend school. Really, one of the main goals here at Washington Tech is that we want as many of our students as possible to graduate with little to no debt. So there are a number of different ways we look at financial assistance and what that means for our Washington Tech students. But ultimately, what we want to make sure that we do is that we have a number of pathways that are going to be available to help as many students as possible. And in addition to that, we want to make sure that we are providing smart options for our students and providing pathways that are going to help lead them not only to success in their classroom and in their studies, but also financial success so that they can reap the benefits of continuing their education as they move on into their professional careers. When it comes to how students make the investment in their education here at Washington Tech, we have a few options for them. There's always the option for students who can to pay their tuition in full upfront. For most students, that's not going to be an opportunity that they can take, but it's there. And so if a student maybe has an employer reimbursement or are working with an agency, that option is always available to help just clear out their tuition from the start. For many of our students, one option that has a lot of appeal to it is going to be our interest-free installment payments. So all of our programs, including our single subject courses, can be broken up into a number of payments over the course of the program. Those number of payments are predetermined based on the length of the program, but students can make monthly payments in installments to be able to pay off their tuition before they graduate. And the benefit of this, again, is there's no interest. And even beyond that, because they will complete paying off their installments prior to graduation, they'll be able to graduate with no student debt at all. And finally, for students who can't make either of those options work, we do have some funding options available through some private partners that we work with. We partner with two organizations, one called Ascent and one called Climb, and they're consumer funding, consumer loan institutions that help out students as they're looking towards completing an education, improving their career, moving forward in the current career they're in, whatever their pathway may be. Both of these institutions have options for students that are based on the size, the length of the program, the cost of tuition, and both provide some really great options and repayment terms for our students. Both of those options are going to be far shorter than a traditional student loan, and they generally will start repayment right away and sometimes even while they're in school. But again, the idea is that they're going to be able to use these options and start paying back right away and pay less in interest, pay for this over a smaller amount of time, and be able to clear out their educational debt before it becomes a burden down the road. I really think the certificates and the programs we offer here at Washington Tech are truly designed to help ease the burden of student debt and being responsible as we work with our students and help them make the choices that will hopefully propel their career and drive their future. We are committed to short-term certificates and short-term programs because we want our students to be able to get in, complete a quality education as quickly as possible, and be out working as soon as they can. And on top of that, by keeping the programs short, by making sure that we are providing quality education in the most efficient way possible so students can complete their programs on their time, that allows us to also make sure that we are providing the programs at a tuition that is affordable. We want to make sure that our students are not riddled with debt as they are completing their education and moving out into their new career. So the short-term programs and short-term certificates here at Washington Tech really are designed with that in mind. Again, as I said, we hope that as many of our students as possible can graduate with little to no debt. But for those that need some sort of a funding opportunity or some assistance, we're happy to provide some of those additional options. And even though they might be taking out a loan that they'll continue to repay past when they're done with the program, it's a much smaller term. The payment terms are far more favorable, and students are going to pay over a shorter amount of time with less interest, even if they do need to take out one of these loans. And that really drives back into the heart of our commitment to making education affordable for our students. I think one thing that I would leave everyone with today is, simply to make sure you're exploring all of your options as you're looking at school across the board. Make sure you're looking at length of program. Does the program help you achieve what you're hoping to achieve? And is it going to be something that is affordable to you, not only now, but down the road when those loans come back into repayment? I think it's very easy for a lot of students to sort of ignore the fact or forget about the fact that when they're done, they have to start paying back some of this. And as a society, it's become pretty overwhelming for what people are going through when it comes to their student loans. So think about all of those things, and we really hope that you consider some of our programs here at Washington Tech. On our website, you can find information about the financial assistance programs that we offer, and worst case, you can just connect with the school, and we're happy to help provide you with any options that we have, and hopefully be able to guide you towards a pathway that will help you advance in your career and complete your education.